So we're here at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society Clinic. I'm here with the new-ish doctor. So introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and your background and how you found Wenatchee.
Absolutely. So my name is Dr. Hayley Barkoviak, and I am originally from Kansas City. I did my undergraduate degree at Kansas State in animal science, and then I also did my Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree there as well. So Wildcat fan through and through. What brought me to Wenatchee, I studied under my mentor, Dr. Crauer. He was a large part of the Humane Society's clinic founding, and he had nothing but positive things to say about the Valley, the organization. I did visit prior to being hired, and I was really impressed by the caliber of care and the programs that the Humane Society offered. So my background is specifically in shelter medicine, and there was a lot to offer, so I'm excited to be here.
So how many staff do you have here daily, volunteers that you're working with?
Yeah, so we have one licensed veterinary technician. We have 2 veterinary assistants. We're about to hire on 2 communications associates, and then we also have our clinic manager. So about 5 to 7 people here in and out, not including our volunteers. We have a really wonderful volunteer base. We have anywhere from 2 to 3 volunteers per day as well. So.
Oh, wonderful. And what does the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society Clinic offer that maybe other veterinarians do not here in our region, and why is it so important?
Of course. So as a shelter, as a humane society, we are dedicated to affordable care. So those who are income qualified individuals can come to the Humane Society for reduced cost services. We offer a public spay-neuter program to income qualified individuals. And then we're working to expand that to offer a more full service veterinary care to qualified clients.
So tell us, what does your typical day look like?
Oh, it's busy running around, but we start our day at 7:30 in the morning, come in bright and early. We get surgery patients brought over to the clinic. Everyone gets a brief exam, and then I will do my daily rounds through the whole shelter. I look at every animal every day just to lay eyes on them, make sure they're mentally and physically well. And then we dive right into surgery. We do anywhere from 10 to 30 surgeries a day, and mostly spay-neuter, but occasionally specialty procedures like limb amputations or having to remove an eye or something like that. And so that takes up our morning, and that's until about noon, 12:30. We stop and have a quick lunch break, and then if we have time, and then we dive into medical cases at the clinic, at the shelter, appointments for fosters or the public, and then wrap up the day with meetings, paperwork, things like that, just to kind of close shop. So
yeah, wonderful. Can you share a success story, or even 2 if you have something that really touched your heart possibly in the last few months that you've been here?
Yeah, so most recently I had a dog named Sage that came through. She was a beautiful collie mix dog, came in from someone who had found her after getting hit by a car. She was pretty shy at first, but we did an exam. She did in fact have a broken femur, a broken leg, so our plan was to amputate. I did take her home for a few days to foster her, help her come out of her shell a little bit, and she was wonderful. I absolutely fell in love with her, but we were able to get her surgery done, and she was getting around fantastic on 3 legs. She has a great home now, so that was a great success story. I mean, day in and day out, we have a lot of happy stories. Just yesterday, we were able to help a family whose dog was injured. They're not sure how, but she had a lot of swelling to her face and her front legs, and they brought her in. They drove over 2.5 hours, and we were able to do some x-rays, do an exam, give her some pain medication, and she's going to turn out to be okay. So they got to go home with her, and they were just thrilled that we could help them out. So that's a good feeling.
Wonderful. What a beautiful facility behind you.
Absolutely. So this room is our prep area for surgery. We also will do physical exams and things, but primarily in the mornings, this is where all of the work is happening. Kind of on the periphery, there's rooms for recovery as well. So all of the animals, when they have surgery, they'll stay in our kennels here beforehand and after, so we can monitor them.
Oh, critical life-saving bringing pets and people together. Just wonderful services. Why is it so important for those people that maybe don't know, maybe they don't have pets, maybe they're thinking about having an animal in the home? Why is it so important to get pets neutered, spayed, and even microchipped?
Absolutely. So I'm a huge advocate for spay neuter. Obviously, as a shelter vet, we work primarily with overpopulation of animals. That's why animals have to come to us in the first place. So a big one that I think a lot of people think of first is unwanted litters, litters of puppies and kittens. We already have so many animals that need homes that it's really important to be responsible in pet ownership and try to limit the number of homeless pets as possible. Additionally, there are a lot of health benefits to getting your pet spayed and neutered. Many cancers are prevented by neutering and spaying your dogs and cats early in life, as well as unwanted, behaviors like your dog getting out of its yard a lot or cats marking, things like that. So, really a lot of great reasons to get spayed and neutered.
Tell us about microchip.
Absolutely. So microchipping is a wonderful mechanism to help us reunite pets with their people. So all of our animal control officers in the field carry microchip scanners. Here at the shelter and at the clinic, we have microchip scanners so that every step that we are coming in contact with pets, we are making sure if we can get them home sooner rather than later. So what a microchip is, it's very small. It's about the size of a grain of rice. All of our animals that you adopt from here are sent home with one implanted. It's a very quick procedure, but the benefits are huge. So that chip has a number, and when it's scanned, the company will have information that you can connect that number to their family and get them home if they're lost.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I know the Humane Society is making they're doing incredible work that's so powerful here in our region. We're so grateful. I know it's a long history of services and everything you're providing. And what does it mean keeping pets and people together?
Sure. The human-animal bond is something that is so strong, and it just means that for some reason, as humans, we have been blessed with this connection with animals. And I firmly believe that everyone should be able to experience the joy of owning a pet. So one of our goals is to ensure that when you've found your pet and when your pet has found you, that we want to do everything possible to keep you together. So we want to offer resources, we want to offer support, anything that we can do to enhance that relationship and build a stronger bond between an individual and their pet.
Wonderful. How is Wenatchee Valley Humane Society actively improving the lives of pets and people?
Absolutely. We have a long roster of programs that we offer. Some of my favorite would include our pet resource pantry. We offer once a month a pantry of supplies and food to income qualified individuals that might need just some help, some resources to keep supporting their pet.
What are some things the pantry has that people can come and have those resources? What are some items that are there and or items that you may need?
Absolutely. We offer, anytime somebody is willing to donate pet food. Pet food is by far and away the number one resource that people need.
Okay.
We give away pounds and pounds of food every month. And even then, it's not enough sometimes. People need it in between the pantry dates. We also will have dog sweaters, clothes, blankets, leashes and collars, really anything that they could need. Sometimes we'll have exotic pet supplies, so small critter habitats, food, bedding, things like that. But I would say food donations are probably the biggest need.
Can you explain the term community cats? Tell us about the TNR program and why it's so important.
Of course. Community cats is something very dear to my heart. We have an abundance of feral cats in the nation, but we also have felt the impact here in the valley. We have a lot of outdoor cats, and the way we define a community cat is an unidentifiable outdoor cat. So a cat that's living outside may or may not have somebody feeding them, taking care of them, but cats are amazing survivalists and they thrive outside. So we see them as their own collective group. And so what we have to offer them is the TNR program, and that means trap, neuter, return. So they are brought to us in a live humane trap. We provide surgery, spay-neuter surgery. We vaccinate. We take a small portion of their ears so that you can identify them from a distance that they are altered, and then they get returned to the spot where they were found. So it's been proven far and away through a lot of studies that that is one of the most sustainable programs you can offer to support these cats. You're going to reduce their population over time in a humane way, and they're also improving the health of that population through vaccination.
Wonderful. Anything else that you would like to share with the community? Favorite hiking spots in Wenatchee? Favorite restaurants?
Oh man,
anything else?
I've really loved getting to know the valley. I recently picked up snowshoeing, which in Kansas would be very boring, but here it's been so beautiful. We went out to Devil's Spur a couple weeks ago, and it was stunning. So I'm very appreciative of the views and the food. So yeah, it's been fun getting to know the area.
Well, welcome, and
Thank
we're
you.
so glad you're here. Thank you for doing what you do every day. We're in awe, and we'll call this a wrap.
Absolutely.